If you've ever had a cat gently press its head against you, rubbing its forehead on your arm, cheek, or even your legs, you may have wondered what exactly they were doing. Unlike dogs, who often show affection through wagging tails and enthusiastic licking, cats have their own unique ways of expressing their love. One of the most intriguing and endearing of these behaviors is the headbutt, also known as bunting. At first glance, it might seem like just another odd feline habit, but in reality, this action carries deep meaning in the world of cats. Far from being random, headbutting is a special gesture that signifies trust, affection, and even a form of feline communication. Cats are naturally territorial animals, and they rely heavily on scent to mark what belongs to them. The act of headbutting is closely linked to this need for marking their environment, including their favorite humans. Cats have special scent glands located on their heads, particularly around the cheeks, forehead, and chin. When they rub these areas against a person, they are transferring their scent, essentially claiming ownership in a way that says, "You belong to me." While this might sound possessive, in the feline world, it's actually a sign of deep affection. Cats don't go around marking just anything with their headbutts. They reserve this behavior for things and people they feel particularly close to. Another reason cats headbutt their owners is to create a shared scent profile. In the wild, cats that live in groups will often rub against each other to mix their scents. This creates a sense of familiarity and bonding within the group, reinforcing social connections. When your cat headbutts you, it's treating you like one of its own, an honorary member of its feline family. By rubbing its scent onto you, the cat is making sure you smell like part of the clan, which brings it comfort and security. It's a silent but powerful way of saying, "You're one of us." Headbutting can also be a way for cats to get attention and initiate interaction. If a cat gently bumps its head against you and then looks at you expectantly, it may be asking for pets, scratches, or even food. Many cats learn that headbutting leads to positive attention from their owners, reinforcing the behavior. Some will follow up a headbutt with purring, kneading, or curling up next to you, all of which are signs of contentment and trust. If a cat headbutts you and then tilts its head or closes its eyes slightly, it's often a clear sign that it's in an affectionate mood and enjoys your company. Interestingly, headbutting is not a behavior that all cats display, nor is it something that every cat owner will experience. Some cats are more prone to headbutting than others, and it often depends on their personality, upbringing, and socialization. Cats that have been well socialized with humans from a young age are more likely to exhibit this behavior, while more independent or skittish cats may show their affection in different ways. If your cat doesn't headbutt you, it doesn't mean it loves you any less. It may simply have other ways of expressing its feelings, such as slow blinking, following you around, or bringing you gifts like toys or even, unfortunately, small prey. The strength and style of a cat's headbutt can also vary. Some cats give gentle, barely noticeable nudges, while others lean in with enough force to make you feel like you've been lightly bumped by a tiny battering ram. The intensity of the headbutt can sometimes be an indicator of how enthusiastic a cat is feeling at the moment. A strong, deliberate headbutt followed by rubbing or nuzzling often means the cat is in a particularly affectionate mood. Some cats even do a series of small, repeated headbutts as if emphasizing their love over and over again. Headbutting is also a behavior that is often associated with confidence. Cats that feel secure in their environment and trust their owners are more likely to engage in headbutting. A nervous or anxious cat, on the other hand, is less likely to display this type of affection until it feels completely comfortable. This is why when a cat headbutts you, it's a sign that it feels safe around you and considers you part of its inner circle. It's one of the greatest compliments a cat can give, as it means they not only trust you but also see you as someone worthy of their love. In multi-cat households, headbutting can also serve as a way for cats to establish social bonds with each other. Cats that get along well will often engage in mutual bunting, rubbing their heads and bodies together as a way of reinforcing their friendship. This is particularly common among cats that have been raised together or have developed a strong bond over time. If you have multiple cats and they headbutt each other, it's a good sign that they have a positive relationship. Sometimes, a dominant cat in a household will also headbutt other cats as a way of marking them as part of their territory, reinforcing their social hierarchy in a non-aggressive way. While headbutting is generally a sign of affection and trust, it can sometimes be accompanied by other behaviors that give additional clues about what a cat is feeling. For example, if a cat headbutts you and then immediately starts rubbing its body against you, it may be reinforcing the scent marking process, making sure you're properly claimed. If a cat headbutts you and then starts kneading with its paws, it's likely feeling particularly comfortable and nostalgic, as kneading is a behavior linked to kittenhood and feelings of security. If a cat headbutts you and then meows insistently, it might be trying to communicate a need, perhaps it's hungry, wants attention, or is simply looking for some interaction. Interestingly, big cats like lions and cheetahs also engage in head rubbing as a form of social bonding. In the wild, lions in the same pride will often rub their heads against each other as a way of reinforcing social ties and maintaining a sense of unity within the group. This further supports the idea that headbutting is a deeply ingrained behavior in the feline world, rooted in both social bonding and communication. Some cat owners worry that their cat's headbutting might be a sign of a health issue, particularly if the cat suddenly starts doing it excessively or in an unusual way. While normal headbutting is a completely healthy and natural behavior, persistent pressing of the head against walls, furniture, or other objects, rather than against people, can sometimes indicate a medical problem, such as high blood pressure or neurological issues. If a cat begins pressing its head against things in a way that seems compulsive or abnormal, it's a good idea to consult a veterinarian to rule out any underlying health concerns. Ultimately, when a cat headbutts you, it's a special moment that should be cherished. It's their way of saying, "I trust you, I love you, and you're mine." It's a unique blend of affection, communication, and instinct all rolled into one simple yet meaningful gesture. The next time your cat presses its forehead against you, take it as the feline equivalent of a warm hug. While they may not wag their tails or jump up in excitement like dogs, cats have their own subtle and deeply personal ways of expressing their love, and a headbutt is one of the most special of them all.